Hi, everyone, and welcome to East Brunswick High School for today's girls' high school basketball game featuring the 13-2 East Brunswick Bears and the 7-5 Hillsborough Raiders. I'm Gordon Deal, and this is Phil Hill. And one of the things you talk about today, obviously the sensational freshman for East Brunswick, Jesse Olszewski, but Hillsborough without one of its big guns, their outstanding sophomore, Stephanie Shoup.
Stephanie Shoup absent with torn ligaments, and really a bummer for the Raiders. Stephanie Shoup, the most dominating player in Somerset County, and that's something when you consider she was just a freshman last year. She made all conference and all county, and Coach John Reese says, hey, listen, we've lost her, but we got to go on and play without her. And they do have some talent.
East Brunswick with a mark of 13-2, as we mentioned before. What is it about this team that you like?
Everything. It's a typical Reggie Carney team. You're going to see, Gordy, they're going to get all after you all over the court. They play good pressure defense, transition basketball. A lot of their offensive points come off the defensive pressure, and they have a lot of depth. They go about 10 deep.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's 13-2 East Brunswick against 7-5 Hillsborough coming up next. Getting set to start things off here at East Brunswick High School. Gordon Deal alongside Phil Hill. Glad you could join us. Here's how the lineups look. First for Hillsborough, in the backcourt, it'll be Jessica Poach, the 5'9 junior, along with Tracy Strahlendorf, a 5'11 senior, and Jamie Conahan, a 5'6 junior. The forwards, Linda McCarthy, a 6-foot junior, and Yamale Ledger, a 5'11 junior. For East Brunswick, they will start in the backcourt. Stephanie Little, the 5'7 junior, along with Megan O'Neill, a 5'10 sophomore. The forwards will be Gio Oriel, the 5'10 senior. The center will be Stacy Kohler. And Jill Kenny will also play in the backcourt, 5'6 senior for East Brunswick. They jump it up. Tap is won by Hillsborough. It's tracked down by East Brunswick, but it goes out of bounds. EB starts things off.
I'll tell you, a lot of size on this Hillsborough team, Gordy, and you can imagine what they would be with Shoup in the lineup.
Stephanie Shoup for Hillsborough, sensational sophomore, in street clothes on the sidelines because of the season-ending ankle injury. East Brunswick, little inside-outside. Getting them started is Jill Kenny.
And I'll tell you, a good start for the Bears, because the Bears don't. Jill Kenny doesn't have to score for the Bears to be effective.
Down low for Hillsborough. They snuck behind East Brunswick and get the offensive board. Can't get the bucket to fall.
I'll tell you, Ledger with two shots, and neither of them would go down.
Good job by Kohler on the rebound. And O'Neill leaves the three-pointer short. Hillsborough gets it back.
Okay, O'Neill not shy about putting up any kind of shot.
Hillsborough battling the 5-second violation. They make it. And running the point will be Liz Moriarty. A near steal by O'Neill. There's an air ball that time by Jamie Conahan. East Brunswick gets it back on the turnover.
Bears usually start out in man-to-man. Gordy, appear to be 1-2-2 early on in this game.
Number 21, Jill Kenny with the basketball. This is Little on the wing. Up top for Kohler. Playing outside the arc right now, patient on offense. Back for Kenny. Picked up there by Poach. Little driving, steps through that double team. It gets it taken away.
And Ledger comes down to the block.
Poach working on Kenny. Baseline pass. Out of the free throw line for McCarthy. A little scoop shot. Won't go. Offensive rebound again for Hillsborough. They've been trouble so far for East Brunswick.
On the offensive board there, however, the Hillsborough hasn't been able to get anything down, getting multiple shots, attempts, nothing going.
Oh, wide open three for Poach. Can't get it to go. And we've got a foul away from the basketball.
I think that's O'Neill over the back. I'm sorry, it's...
They're going to call it against Hillsborough. Linda McCarthy's going to pick up the first personal foul. Hillsborough's first team foul as well. 6:19 to go first quarter. It's 2-0 East Brunswick. Let's listen in on what Reggie Carney has to say.
Stay with 21. Why are you trying to switch back? Why? What do we do when we start a game? Whatever matchup you have, if their press breaker's different, you stay with who you have. Man-to-man offense, they're switching on everything. so know what to do. You can run a 2, you can run a clear. If you run motion, the screener come back to the ball. Just know that they're switching on everything. Let's go. Stick with who you got. All right, hustle. 1, 2, 3, hustle.
All right, so Reggie Carney not really happy to start off with the switches that the players have made.
That's about as animated as you're going to see Reggie get, and that usually happens late in the game. So he's not taking any chances.
All right, we'll see if the team implements what he offered them during the timeout. 6:15 to go here in the opening quarter. 2-0 East Brunswick. And he's got to be reasonably happy with defense, posting the 0 so far. Here's Little penetrating, and a whistle and a foul. A push-off on Hillsborough.
I'll tell you, an interesting call. The official back towards the baseline making the call. The official out front, however, didn't see it that way.
Liz Moriarty picks up the foul. That's her first personal, team second. Oriole on the drive for East Brunswick. She's fouled along the baseline. And that's going to be the second personal foul on Linda McCarthy. Third team foul on Hillsborough. So right away, there's 6-foot junior center Linda McCarthy in trouble. 2 fouls here in the first 2 minutes of play. Gio Oriole at the free throw line. No luck on the first one.
And I'll tell you, the captain, Gio Oriole, an all-county performer last year, and in big games, she comes up big.
A struggle from the line early on. East Brunswick hanging on to that 2-0 lead. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Left wing feed, number 40 is Conahan. This is Moriarty. Back for Conahan.
Good defense.
Knocked away by O'Neill. East Brunswick on the break. O'Neill backs it off. Kenny for Little. In a corner for Oriole. Driving baseline. Nice scoop.
Wow.
Well done by Gio Oriole. Beat 2 players when she put it on the floor. That's good work.
That's a scoop and hoop right there. Gio Oriole, nice move.
Drove right by Yamale Ledger to create that basket. And that was steal the other way by Kohler, but Hillsborough regained it. And McCarthy, the beneficiary for Hillsborough. And it's now 4-2 East Brunswick with 5:10 to go first quarter. Here's O'Neill for an open 3. Can't get it to go. She's over 2 from three-point land. Back up top they go for Kenny to set it up. Here's Little. Up top for O'Neill. In the paint for the turnaround by Kohler. Won't go. Good battle that time by Oriole and Ledger. They crash to the floor. Possession arrow belongs to Hillsborough.
And that should be a good battle. Ledger 5'11" and Oriole 5'10", both tough rebounders.
A couple of substitutions. O'Neill and Kohler are out. Jesse Olszewski, the freshman, and Celine Hagan are in for East Brunswick. Here's Oriole, can't get it to fall, and the rebound comes down to Conahan. 4:45 to go, opening quarter. Now a whistle.
Oh, I tell you.
Foul in the backcourt. Referee Mike Kelber from Woodbridge with the call.
They called it on Olszewski on a reach in there.
First personal foul on Jesse. It's also the first team foul on East Brunswick. Into the game now for the Bears. Susan Firestone, the 5'7" sophomore, and Stephanie Little will take a break. Hillsborough basketball, 4:43 to go, first quarter. Still 4-2 East Brunswick. Now we've got a turnover on Hillsborough on the bad pass. That's their second turnover.
I'll tell you, Potts under a little pressure and just threw it away right there.
Trouble against that East Brunswick pressure, bringing the ball up the floor.
Coach.
Olszewski triggers the inbound. Putting it on the floor is Hagan, has it knocked away. Second turnover for East Brunswick. Hillsborough the other way, out of the hands of Conahan.
Oh.
Good battle on the floor that time.
That's Carol Lee diving, trying to keep the ball in bounds.
Carol Lee, the 5'9" senior in the game now. It's a brand new 5 for East Brunswick.
And you're going to see Reggie Carney rotate a lot of players in. He believes in keeping fresh legs in there at all time.
Hillsborough basketball. Here's Conahan to McCarthy. Go chase it.
Olszewski.
Jesse Olszewski. Now a lob pass in for McCarthy. There's where her size pays off. McCarthy now with 4. And we're tied at 4 with 4:15 to go. Here's Olszewski for an open 3. It's good. She gives East Brunswick a 7-4 lead. Pressure in the backcourt now. This is Conahan. Moriarty and Conahan playing catch. This is Poach now. one of the captains for Hillsborough. Lob it down low to McCarthy, but a push-off foul will go on Olszewski.
And I'll tell you, Olszewski's second foul, and she's a very talented player, very young player, but those are the type of fouls that certainly will hurt her team.
Substitution, Jill Kenny is out. And back in is Megan O'Neill. Hillsborough can't get the bucket to fall. Conahan will reset. Fire it down low to the big girl, McCarthy. Push off on East Brunswick.
O'Neill on the back.
That's going to be the first personal on Megan O'Neill, and quickly 3 team fouls for East Brunswick. They lead it 7-4 over Hillsborough with 3:42 to go in the first. This is Poach, swing it up top for Conahan, around the horn. For Moriarty, back to Conahan. Now McCarthy. One dribble, picks it up. A near steal by Lee, but knocked out of bounds. Hillsborough gets it back.
I'll tell you, the Bears playing a solid man-to-man defense.
Here's Poach. Working on Firestone. Lob it down low to McCarthy. She's double teamed, kicks it back out. Poach steps in for the 2-point shot. Won't go. Rebound O'Neill. Baseball pass ahead for Firestone. Knocked out of bounds. East Brunswick maintains.
Firestone had the right idea, but Jessie Poach right there to knock it out.
3:14 to go, first quarter, 7-4, East Brunswick. Little Middlesex County versus Somerset County here today. 2 of the better programs in the respective counties. This is the freshman, Olszewski. Now O'Neill. Left wing Firestone. Back for O'Neill. And Firestone. Left wing Olszewski, down low to Lee. Knocked out of her hands by McCarthy. Turnover East Brunswick, that's number 3.
McCarthy, a tough defender in the middle there.
Is a long 2-pointer by Hillsborough, it won't go.
Carol Lee with a nice rebound.
And a nice finish on the break almost. Good ball work that time by East Brunswick. Nice catch of the pass by Celine Hagan. I don't think she was expecting it that soon.
She wasn't expected, a sort of off balance, Gordy, and threw it over to Megan O'Neill, who tried to put it up, and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yamale Ledger, the junior for Hillsborough, picks up the foul. Her first. Team foul number 4 on Hillsborough. O'Neill at the free throw line. First one is no good. East Brunswick now 0 for 3 at the free throw line. 2:43 to go, first quarter. Here's the second by O'Neill. This one's true. She's on the board for the first time. And Hillsborough bring it the other way against some moderate East Brunswick pressure. Olszewski now picks up Moriarty. This is Poach. Looking for help. Lob it down low. Turnaround is no good and partially blocked.
Good block by O'Neill.
Turnover Hillsborough, that's number 3. And now a double dribble called on O'Neill. East Brunswick's 4th turnover, and Hillsborough gets it back, and they want to talk things over.
Timeout, Red.
2:21 left to go in the opening quarter. East Brunswick with an 8-4 lead over Hillsborough. And let's hear what East Brunswick head coach Reggie Carney has to say to the troops.
Let's go. Hurry up. Get over there.
Let's go, guys.
On defense, on the post players, just play behind them. You're trying to reach in. Everything's a foul, and just double down. They're going to put it on the floor, and we'll take it from there. On the fast break, run your lanes. We're too jammed up again. Offense, they're switching on everything. Know what you're doing. On the press is not even a factor again. Why? Why isn't it? Right. Shift to the man-to-man press instead of black and start getting on somebody's back shoulder. You got to deny the first pass harder. Come on. Come on. Hustle. 1, 2, 3. Hustle. Let's go.
A couple of substitutions for East Brunswick. Stacy Kohler and Gio Oriel return to the lineup.
Reggie Carney talking about the press not a factor again. What he's talking about, Gordy, is the fact that they played Bishop Bar this week, and the press really wasn't quite effective. A 1-point victory for the Bears over the Trojans, and he's not seen the press be as effective as he would like it to be here.
Trying to deny that first pass. This turnaround move by McCarthy. It won't go. Rebound Lee. Stephanie Little back in the lineup for East Brunswick. She's got the ball. Feeds up top for Kenny. 4 of the starters are back in. Bounce pass baseline for Kohler. Nice turnaround jumper by Stacy Kohler. Her first 2 points. East Brunswick now leads at 10-4. And a near steal by Little that time, but Hillsborough will get it back. Good pressure by East Brunswick.
And Kohler getting the start today, a surprising start, just a sophomore, 6-foot sophomore, and she's in there for a reason, doing the job.
Here's Conahan for Hillsborough, tracking down a loose ball, and it's stolen by Kenny. 4th turnover on Hillsborough, and Kenny will set it up. Here's Little. Paint penetration. Loose ball for Lee. Here's Kohler. They allowed it in. Nice entry pass that time by Lee.
Just excellent movement by the Bears, getting it down to Kohler, who's able to put it up again.
That's 4 points for Kohler. And East Brunswick has opened up a 12-4 lead with 1:35 to go, first quarter. Moriarty triggers the inbound for Hillsborough, gets it into Poach. Pass ahead for Moriarty. Now a lob for Ledger. Here's McCarthy again. Little running hook shot, it's good. Score the basket and the foul. McCarthy now at 6. And they're going to get Jill Kenny on the foul. That's her first personal, team foul number 4 on East Brunswick.
And McCarthy looks like she can be a force down in the post there, Gordy. She's looks like she should be able to get fouled or at least get the ball off anytime she goes up.
Yeah, only a junior. Big, strong girl. Misses the free throw, though. Can't complete the three-point play, and East Brunswick will bring it the other way. Here's Kenny on the run. For Little. Up top for Kenny. A little inside out they're playing now. Now they get McCarthy on her 3rd personal foul.
And that's going to hurt. And I think she's got to come out.
Still 1:14 to go in the first period, and Linda McCarthy picks up her 3rd personal foul. And head coach Jim Reese is going to leave her in for the time being.
Now here she comes.
Carol Lee out of the game for East Brunswick.
And McCarthy goes to the bench as well, and we'll mark it 1:14.
Natasha Zakowski, 5'11" senior, replaces Linda McCarthy. Megan O'Neill returns for East Brunswick, and she gives Carol Lee a break. 1:12 to go, first quarter. This is Conahan for Moriarty. And they break the pressure. This is Poach. Little one-hand chuck pass. They go down low to Zakowski. Not even close. But again, another offensive rebound, and Hillsborough continues to get an extra look.
They get the extra looks, but they're just not doing a whole lot with it.
12-6. East Brunswick has doubled up Hillsborough here in the first quarter, less than a minute to go. This is Poach up top. Picked up there by Kenny. And a foul as she drove through the double team.
And you hear the Bear fans don't like the call, but Poach set that up herself, did drive to the hoop, and was able to get Kohler to foul her.
Stacy Kohler, her first personal foul, team foul number 5 on East Brunswick. At the free throw line is Jessica Poach, 5'9" junior, tri-captain. First free throw is good.
Tri-captain and second team all-county and all-conference player last year for the Raiders.
We got 2 reputable teams here. Hillsborough lost in the Somerset County Tournament Finals last year, and East Brunswick won the Greater Middlesex Conference Tournament. 2 county finalists. Second free throw is good by Poach. 2 for 2 from the line. She's got 2 points. 45 seconds to go, first quarter. And now a steal. Last touch by East Brunswick. A little light on the mustard on that pass. And a turnover by East Brunswick is number 5. Poach now for Moriarty. Trying to dump it down low to Ledger, but a turnover by Hillsborough.
Good hand by Oriole.
Turnovers are 5 apiece. Head of the field as Oriole lays it up with the left hand.
You got to like that by the captain. The captain was the one who slapped that ball out and then finished on the other end.
14-8. East Brunswick by 6 with 20 seconds to go in the opening period. Moriarty, bounce pass for Zakowski, out of bounds. Turnover number 6 on Hillsborough. See if East Brunswick plays for 1 here. 16 seconds to go. Jill Kenny calls out the play. They try to trap. O'Neill puts it on the floor. Cross court now for Kenny. In the corner for Little's jumper. It's good.
Yes.
Little on the board for the first time tonight. We've come to the end of the first quarter. With the score, East Brunswick 16 and Hillsborough 8. And we return to the sidelines and hear what East Brunswick head coach Reggie Carney has to say as he breaks out the marker board.
All right, man-to-man version of the press. Gio's trapping. They're sending it back to the inbounder, which is what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to just hedge and stay on your girl. You're running up here. Now they throw it over your head. Look, at the worst, Gio's going to take a second to get back here. Gio makes her dribble up the sideline. Now she's out of control, and now you trap her. So again, the whole scenario is just this, that by design, they're sending it right back to where they belong. When we switch to black, we'll be fine, but Stephanie is not supposed to rotate over here and take the middle so they can throw it to their girl. It's like Bishop Bar all over again, 3-on-2. You're supposed to stay on her shoulder, not leave her. All right, now, first possession's out. Let's switch back to the black press because they're throwing it to the inbounder. All right, come on, score. 1, 2, 3, score. Come on.
All right, there you have the final instructions as we get set to begin quarter number 2 here at East Brunswick High School.
And I don't know who you're more impressed with, Reggie's work or our cameraman, Dave Ambrosi, being right on top of it.
I'll tell you what, I've always been impressed by coaches like Reggie Carney who don't say bad words during a timeout with a wireless microphone on.
I hear you.
I mean, he's up by 8, I'll give him that, but if he was down, the story might be a little different, but I doubt it. O'Neal misses for East Brunswick, and ball comes right back to her. And now a turnover. Moriarty will set things up for Hillsborough, picked up by Oriole up top. East Brunswick in the man-to-man. 21 is Poach, picked up by her counterpart, 21, Jill Kenny. Shot
Poach
won't go.
taking an off-balance shot there.
Oh, nice pass by O'Neal. And Oriole again finishes the break.
I'll tell you, her second basket on a fast break, and Little down there. Oriole there again and puts it down.
Nice job by Gio Oriole. Quick 4 points in about an 8-second span. And East Brunswick has opened up a 20-8 lead. But now a foul as they try to pressure Poach up the far sideline. They're going to get Kenny. That'll be her second personal. Team foul number 6 on the Bears.
And the Raiders haven't done very much since McCarthy, Linda McCarthy has gone to the bench. She left with 6 points. And they have done very little with her out of there. 3 fouls, and that's really hurt them.
Inbound for Poach. She'll set things up for Hillsborough. Yeah, the down-low game is just not there for Hillsborough with McCarthy out of the lineup. There's a dribble drive penetration by new player in the game. That's Tracy Strallendorf. That's our first 2 for Hillsborough. Minute gone by in the second quarter. It's 20-10. East Brunswick in command early on. Here's O'Neal. Cross court for a Kenny 3. No good. Turnover by East Brunswick is number 7. Jesse Olszewski, the freshman, returns for East Brunswick. Out of the game, Stephanie Little. Tracy Strallendorf for Hillsborough. Name might sound familiar. Her brother is an offensive and defensive lineman for the Hillsborough football team. And he is one big boy. That's all I'll say about that. Here's an Olszewski 3, too strong. Following turnover number 7 on Hillsborough. Scoop shot by Oriole. Nope. Hillsborough the other way. This is Strallendorf. Back it off for Monahan. Driving paint. Stops, pops. No good. Rebound yanked down by Kohler. In the corner now for Jesse Olszewski to a cutting Kohler. Nice pass. But a foul before the shot. I believe they got Yamale Ledger.
I believe so.
Actually, they're going to get Jamie Conahan. That'll be her first personal. Team foul number 6 on Hillsborough. Team fouls are 6 apiece. Turnovers are 7 apiece. O'Neal out of the game. Kenny out of the game. Kohler out of the game.
I thought Kohler was shooting on that, but apparently not.
Celine Hagen's back in. Carol Lee is back in. Susan Firestone's back in for East Brunswick. Now a turnover in the backcourt.
Okay, Lee anticipating Olszewski making a move there. It just didn't happen. A turnover.
6:05 to go, first half, 20-10. East Brunswick over Hillsborough. Moriarty sets up for the Raiders. Poach drives by Oriole. Air ball on the side jumper. Olszewski the rebound. Orioles entry pass intended for Hagen is knocked out of bounds, but East Brunswick gets it back. 5:46 to go. This is Oriole holding high overhead. Backs it off for Firestone. 5'7" sophomore. Oriole driving on Ledger, whistling a foul. She drew the contract.
I'll tell you, good strong move by Oriole, and Ledger had nothing to do but foul her.
Yamale Ledger, the junior, picks up her second personal foul. And Gio Oriole goes to the free throw line for East Brunswick. This will be her second trip there today. She is 0 for 2 so far, but she's got 4 field goals for a total of 8 points. And Gio's first this time is good. She's now got 9, gives her club a 21-10 lead. Second one coming up. This one too is good. Gio's now got 10 points. East Brunswick's opened up a 22-10 lead. They've outscored Hillsborough 6-2 to start the second quarter. 5.5 to go. Back the other way, Yamale Ledger can't get a bucket to go down. Whistle and a push off.
I'll tell you, if Ledger could finish, they would be lethal. She's had a lot of opportunities and in close, not able to get the ball to go down.
Carol Lee picks up the personal foul for East Brunswick. That's number 7 team-wise for them. Megan O'Neill returns. Gio Oriole is out. Gets a round of high fives from her teammates as we watch Tracy Strallendorf go to the line for the first time today. 5'11 senior, 2 points so far. First is no good, and the rebound comes down to Hagen. And Olszewski draws the blocking foul on Strallendorf.
Olszewski sort of led with her left hand there. The foul could have gone either way.
She had a little Heisman move there to it, didn't it?
And this is the ball player here. Take a good look at her. Jessie Olszewski, just a freshman. Reggie Carney says she has the potential to be the best he's ever coached.
And Reggie doesn't say that about a lot of players.
Well, I mean, that's just saying a whole lot when you think of Nikki McBride, Kristen Breen, Kara Mataseski, Erica Weir, Katie Will, and Courtney Bloor. And then you go to Hoffman, Lynn Oost, and the Kaczynski sisters. That's saying a whole lot.
Olszewski goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. She's got 4 points. The foul on Strallendorf was her first. 8th team foul. Still in the backcourt, and Lee makes Hillsborough pay.
I'll tell you, Olszewski with a nice steal and a nice feed.
5:05 to go, second quarter. It's now 25-10. It's a 9-2 run to start the second quarter. Another turnover by Hillsborough. That's number 9. Lee can't finish the break, though, and we've got a held ball. Possession arrow belongs to East Brunswick.
And you hear Reggie Carney yelling great defense. He's got to be pleased. As I mentioned before, a lot of their offensive points come off defensive pressure.
Only 3 seniors on this East Brunswick team, mostly a young group. O'Neill and Hagen battling down low, and Hagen able to draw contact. She'll go to the free throw line. Picking up the foul will be Yamale Ledger. That's her 3rd personal foul. So Hillsborough in some deep foul trouble. Natasha Zakowski checks back into the game. Ledger heads to the bench for Hillsborough.
And you take a good look at Celine Hagen. Celine Hagen, of course, is the goalie on the championship soccer team for the Bears. They went 24-0. A real tough defender.
Zareen Telsadar in the game for Hillsborough. She is number 15. First free throw is good by Hagen. She's on the board for the first time today. Second free throw also good by Hagen. East Brunswick leading at 27-10. Blowout city. 4:45 to go, opening half. Now a foul in the backcourt.
I'll tell you, tremendous pressure by the Bears, and they get caught this time.
Susan Firestone picks up the personal. Crowd wasn't happy with the call, but they kind of let out a mildly protesting, "Aww."
But again, once again, Reggie Carney substituting rather freely, and I think it's really taking its toll on the Raiders.
Hillsborough simply not as deep. First free throw by Poach is good. Connects on the front end of the 1-and-1. Poach now with 3 points, all from the free throw line. 5'9" junior, set to shoot the second. And a rare miss for Poach. Firestone with the feet ahead for O'Neill. She got behind the defense and converts. That's good floor recognition that time by Susan Firestone.
And O'Neill going up with the left hand. You got to like it.
And that was steal in the backcourt by Jessie Olszewski. Puts up the shot. It goes. Count it, and a foul.
puts it up and puts it down, and you said blowout city, and that appears to be what's happening right here.
Jamie Conahan picks up the personal foul for Hillsborough. That's her second. Jessie Olszewski now with 6 points off the bench for East Brunswick. She's 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Try to complete the three-point play and does so. She's now got 7. And East Brunswick leads at 32-11. And Hillsborough needs a timeout. 4:24 to go here in the first half. UGLY, it's getting ugly in a hurry here at East Brunswick High School. Gio Oriole leads the way with 10 points for East Brunswick. Let's go to Reggie Carney.
Just remember, you'll take the girl inbounded, but you'll pick up the other guard rather than getting stuck in a different situation, okay? On 2, just remember, you two get out of the lane a little bit wider and stay at the block. You're cutting right up the gap, okay?
Guys, on their main shot, they set up that 1-2-2 trap thing. Remember, somebody
Just run bare.
to the middle.
Yeah, the weak side post, whenever they set up the 1-2-2 half-court trap, you're running bare. Now, when the weak side forward flashes, remember to reverse the ball like you would against a press, and there should be a layup. Okay. Weak side wing, cut to the box. Great job out there. Defense. 1, 2, 3. Defense. Come on.
I'll tell you what kind of team Reggie Carney has there. That voice you heard in the huddle there was the voice of a sophomore, Sue Firestone, speaking up, adding what she sees. And when you can have a team talking and recognizing things, you know you got something going there. And when I was a sophomore, we didn't speak in a huddle.
You just got yelled at.
That's all.
They kept saying, hey, Phil Hill, what is that Matador defense you're playing?
I'll tell you.
4:20 to go here in the second quarter. 32-11. And the ball was on the line.
And I'll tell you, the boy team for the Hillsborough Raiders have come in, and they're watching this. You got to be wondering what's going through their mind.
East Brunswick has outscored Hillsborough 16-3 here in the second quarter. It was 16-8 after 1. Here's Hagan. Ball on her hip. Now for O'Neal. Steps through a double team. Shot up, no, but a whistle and a foul.
Okay, O'Neal got away with some steps there. Officials didn't see it, but she will go to the line to shoot 2.
Stralendorf picks up the foul for Hillsborough. Her second. That's team foul number 10. And she'll shoot 2. Substitution. Jessie Poach out of the game for Hillsborough as Liz Moriarty returns. First free throw by O'Neal is a little short.
And Neal, one of the players with the better touch for the Bears, she can put it up from anywhere on the floor.
She's 1 for 3 at the line. Megan 1 for 4. Ball goes out of bounds, and Hillsborough gets it back. 3:50 to go, second quarter. Still 32-11. East Brunswick in command. It's Jamie Conahan back at the game for Stralendorf, who's saddled with 2 fouls.
And look at the trapping defense by the Bears. I tell you, it's got to be frustrating if you're a Raider.
Nice job that time by Carol Lee and Megan O'Neal. As they left the huddle, East Brunswick players chanted defense, and you're getting it right here. More good pressure by Lee. Knocked out of bounds. Hillsborough gets it back. If you're Reggie Carney, I guess at this point of the game, you have to start thinking, how can I keep my players concentrated as we lead by 21 midway through the second quarter?
The thing about it, he has a lot of depth. It's an opportunity to let some of the younger players get in there, and you're going to see a lot of players flowing in and out.
Now a turnover in the corner. That's 12 on Hillsborough. Sue Firestone sets things up. Looking for help out up top. This is O'Neal. Lee, number 30, feeds up top for Hagan. East Brunswick taking the air out of the basketball a little bit with 3:13 to go in the second quarter. Now to a cutting Olszewski.
Good block.
Blocked behind by Stralendorf. And now we're going to believe they're going to get Stralendorf for slapping at it and drawing contact. Stralendorf will pick up her 3rd personal foul. Hillsborough already over the limit. Wholesale substitutions. Oriole, along with Little, Kenny, and Kohler return. Out comes Firestone, Lee, O'Neal.
Apparently Oriole's going in for Hagan, so she comes back to the sideline until Hagan makes these free throw attempts.
Hagan is 2 for 2 at the stripe for her 2 points today. First one rolls around, gets the shooter's touch. She's 3 for 3. East Brunswick leads it by 22, 33-11. Second free throw also good. She's 4 for 4 at the line, and she'll take a breather in favor of Gio Oriole.
Jesse, middle, Jess.
Baseball pass ahead for Strallendorf. Strallendorf looking to drive.
I'll tell you.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you, they called the foul on Kohler. Strallendorf sort of had leaned in there. She was going to that basket no matter what, and she did draw the foul.
So Kohler picks up the foul. That's her second personal. I don't believe the referees quite thought she had her feet set, but I tell you what, if you're Strallendorf, that's a big gamble taking that drive because she's already got 3 personal fouls.
That's right. You're right. And I'm sure Jim Reese held his breath.
She makes the first free throw. She's got 3 points on the afternoon. Hillsborough's big problem, one, they lost their sensational sophomore Stephanie Shoup, who's probably the best player in Somerset County, arguably one of the best in the area. She's only a sophomore. She's out with a torn up ankle. And then Linda McCarthy, their big center, left with a little more than a minute to go in the first quarter with 3 fouls. Whistling a foul will be called against East Brunswick.
That's Kohler, who's just her second.
That's 3 on Kohler.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
No, you're right. And she's going to take a rest.
Back in Celine Hagan, the junior. Kohler a little unhappy with herself.
I think she's unhappy with the call.
That too. She's making a list. Strallendorf at the free throw line. Almost broke the backboard on that one. She's now 2 for 4. And she actually has inherited most of the workload because the other big players are in trouble. She makes the second for 5 points. It's 34-14. Now a steal in the backcourt. And a shot blocked by Oriole, but the rebound put back up and in by Moriarty. That's the first 2 for Moriarty after East Brunswick turnover number 9. Here's Little all the way cross court for Oriole. Puts it on the floor. Backs it off for Olszewski. Her jumper won't go. Offensive rebound by Hagan. Throws it up. No. But a foul against Hillsborough. Referee Dan Stubbs from Brooklyn makes the call.
From Brooklyn.
That foul will go against Zareen Telsadar. That's her first personal. At the free throw line, Celine Hagan, who is a perfect 4 for 4. I guess I jinxed her.
You certainly did, Gordy. Celine Hagan tough, though. Just had a double-double, 10 rebounds and 10 points versus North Hunterdon. Very versatile.
Second free throw rolls around and through. She's 5 out of 6 at the line. All 5 of her points from the stripe. 2:29 to go, second quarter. It's East Brunswick 35, Hillsborough 16. Now a trap near the midcourt where they find a wide open Strallendorf working against Olszewski. The jumper's good.
Okay, Tracy Strallendorf giving a little life to the Raiders here.
Strallendorf now with 7 points, but her club still trails by 17.
Oh, good backdoor.
Olszewski
Good
has
block by Strallendorf. Whew.
Turnover by East Brunswick. That's number 10. This is Conahan. Lobs it for Strallendorf, who's become the workhorse. The jumper won't go. It almost did. And a whistle and a foul against East Brunswick. I believe they got Gio Oriole. And they did. That's her first personal.
I'll tell you this, you certainly can see the potential for the Raiders there. I mean, if McCarthy's there, Strallendorf's down low, and Ledger can get on her game, and then you had a Shoups there. They formidable foe down in the post.
The Strallendorf misses. She holds at 7 points. She's 3 out of 6 at the line. One more coming for Strallendorf with 1:55 to go in the first half. That one will not go. On the run is Stephanie Little. Drives by Strallendorf but loses it out of bounds. Turnover number 11.
Lost control of it.
Hillsborough with 12 turnovers. East Brunswick with 11. Here's Strallendorf.
No look pass and a block by Olszewski.
Go chase it. Moriarty had it stuffed right out of bounds. In for a Conahan 3. No good. Kenny tracks down the rebound. Feed ahead for Olszewski. Dumps it down low for Hagan. Tracked down by Kenny, and she drains the deuce.
I'll tell you, Kenny starts it and Kenny finishes it.
Kenny now with 4. East Brunswick 37-18. Now a turnover by Hillsborough. That's their 13th. Little with a 3. No good. And the rebound for Moriarty. This is Telsadar feeding in for Zakowski. Can't buy a basket. Telsadar tracks it down. And they're going to call a foul on Little. That's the first personal foul on Stephanie Little. Stralendorf again to the free throw line.
I'll tell you, Stralendorf being the workhorse for the Raiders right now.
She is 3 of 7 at the stripe. And is getting little, if any, help down low. They have basically asked her to do it all.
And she's tired, though. She's looking forward to that halftime. She's had to probably play a few more minutes than she's used to.
Minute 6 away from the intermission. This free throw is good for Stralendorf. She's now got 8. And is 4 out of 9 from the line. Hagan puts it on the floor. Partially blocked by Stralendorf. The rebound, Oriole can't get it to fall, and a held ball.
I'll tell you, just good movement by the Bears.
Possession arrow belongs to East Brunswick. Megan O'Neill returns to the lineup. Olszewski takes a breather. 57 seconds left to go, first half. Here's Little up top. 2-pointer, good. Little now with 4.
Stephanie Little.
East Brunswick back up by 20, 39-19.
And they're up by 20, but they still have the full court pressure on.
Yeah, Moriarty just running out of space, throws it off the leg of Little. About the only option she had, and one of the best passes Hillsborough's made all day.
I'll tell you, the Bears relentless. Reggie not letting up.
This is Tesseldar. Now for Moriarty. Back for Tesseldar. Spinning away from traffic for Zakowski. Lost a handle on it, has to kick it back out. And Kenny promptly steals it. 14th turnover by
Good
Hillsborough.
pass. Oh, and she's hammered. Oh, is she ever hammered.
Gio Oriole hit the deck hard, and if that's on Stralendorf, that's her 4th.
And Stralendorf, that's just a frustration foul on her part. Not a dirty foul, mind you. Just a frustration foul. And
actually, they're not going to say it was a foul. They're going to say,
my mercy. They say it's a block?
Clean block out of bounds.
Excuse me.
No blood, no foul. 3-point try by O'Neill, over the top and out. Well, you get fouled by Stralendorf, you know you've been
You're
fouled.
going to feel it.
She gets her money's worth. Now a turnover by
And
Hillsborough.
I'll tell you, the Raiders are just tired. They're going to look forward to this halftime. They've had to expend a lot of energy in this first half.
A lot of foul trouble. They've got 2 players with 3, McCarthy and Ledger, 2 of their starters. Plus their all-star, Stephanie Shoup, is out for the rest of the season with an ankle injury, so they are really hurting in terms of numbers. 3 seconds to go. Hagan gets a block from behind by Stralendorf, and we've come to the end of the first half, and Hillsborough looks exhausted. 39-19 is your score. Let's take a look at some of the first half statistics. First for Hillsborough, they were led in scoring by Tracy Stralendorf, who had 8 points, including 4 for 9 at the line. After that, kind of slim pickings because only 4 players scored. Linda McCarthy had 6, all those coming in the first quarter before she left with foul trouble. Jessica Poach added 3, all from the free throw line, and Liz Moriarty had a field goal for 2. East Brunswick was led by Gio Oriole, their fine 5'10 senior, who had 10 points. Jessie Olszewski came off the bench. The freshman had 7 in the first half. Celine Hagan had 5. Then it was Stacy Kohler with 4. Jill Kenny with 4. Megan O'Neill had 3. Stephanie Little also had 4 for East Brunswick. At halftime, 39-19.
I'll tell you, I've never seen Reggie Carney as mad as he is. He walked into the locker room yelling at the officials, yelling, "Open your eyes." I think he's still smarting from what he thought was a foul on Gio Oriole. I mean, he's up by 20 points, but still coaching.
You know, I think, too, what you get concerned about is that the officials tend to, or could possibly, start mailing it in as well, where they see it's a 20-point lead and one team may not be able to come back, but you run the risk of somebody getting hurt, and that was Reggie's concern, I'm sure. We're at halftime with East Brunswick leading Hillsborough 39-19. Stay tuned for second half action. Getting set for third quarter action here at East Brunswick High School. 39-19 your score. East Brunswick has been in command of this one. They lead it by 20.
And as you can see, we have the camera on Megan Ambrosi, the daughter of our cameraman here, and she's a Bear fan.
Getting an early start in that basketball career.
Switch for Gio. Jesse, switch for Gio.
Okay, the Bears out in their man-to-man defense right away. And they force a turnover right away.
And that is 16 on Hillsborough.
Gio, make sure you know what to do.
Jill Kenny, Gio Oriole, Jesse Olszewski, Stacy Kohler, and Stephanie Little, the starting five for East Brunswick.
I'll tell you, Kohler starts the second half.
Offensive board for East Brunswick. Oriole on the floor.
Oh, great move.
She's been unstoppable today.
Oh, great move.
She's now got 12 points.
Little with the rebound over her head. And what a basket. What a basket. With her back towards the basket and up over her head.
Little now with 6 points. Here's a jumper the other way by Strallendorf. Won't go. Rebound from Conahan. Here's a Moriarty three. Won't go. The rebound by Strallendorf. Her jumper's good.
Yes. And I like this player, Tracy Strallendorf.
Strallendorf now with 10. Here's a turnaround jumper by Kohler. And a rebound by Strallendorf. Seems like we call Strallendorf's name almost on every play.
I'll tell you, she's wherever the ball is, she is.
This is Zareen Telsadar. And a partial block. There's Little up off the glass.
Mercy.
Wow, super athletic move by Little. She's now got 8. Right wing for Conahan. They lob it for Strallendorf. Turnaround is good. She's going to be dead. She's going to need an ice bath by the time this game is over.
I'll tell you, well, she averages 9 points a game and well over her average right now.
Here's a Kenny three. No good. Hillsborough the rebound. This is Jamie Conahan, the junior, and got her pocket picked momentarily by Little, but they break the pressure. Moriarty driving. Good defense that time by Olszewski.
Kohler with the rebound. Olszewski, nice pass to Kenny. Oh, mercy.
Score it and the foul. That started down the other end with a good baseline defense of Olszewski. She got the assist on the other end.
I'll tell you, good dish, good swish.
Tesseldar gets the foul for Hillsborough, her second personal. Team foul number 1 on Hillsborough to start the second half. 5:42 to go, third quarter. And at the free throw line will go Jill Kenny. With that basket, she has 6 points, and she goes to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play. Her first trip there this afternoon. Shot's good. She's now got 7. East Brunswick 48. Hillsborough 23. Largest lead of the game, 25.
Okay, half-court trap.
Tesseldar 3. Won't go, and a rebound Oriole. Lob pass for Little. And a foul against Conahan.
Okay, we need a little crowd control here. We got people walking across the baseline where the game is going on. Can be rather distracting.
And wouldn't you know that it's some of the members of the boys varsity basketball? You'd think guys like that would know.
They got other things on their mind.
That's true.
Oh, Little again.
Little's jumper is good. Boy, she's got 6 in the third quarter here for a total of 10 points. 5:10 to go, third quarter. Here's Strallendorf. Jumper's good. She's starting not only to hit a lot, but to extend her range, too.
I'll tell you.
She's got 14.
Little with the move again. And they called her with the carry. She just lost it a little as she went in. A lot of times they let you get away with something like that.
That's 12 turnovers now on East Brunswick compared to 16 for Hillsborough. Strallendorf for the wing against the double team.
Good pass.
Zakowski down low. Can't get it to go. She's missed a couple of chippies down there, and it's hurt. But she's filling in an unfamiliar role, getting a lot of time because of foul trouble and injuries.
And Little's hammered.
Moriarty's going to pick up the foul for Hillsborough, her second personal. Megan O'Neill, Carol Lee, Susan Firestone, and Celine Hagan in the lineup for East Brunswick.
They didn't get blown in yet, did they? I'll tell you, when you see the troops coming in like that, it's a mass substitution. It's got to be tough for you.
And a near steal by Hillsborough. In fact, last touch by East Brunswick, so a turnover by the Bears. That's their 13th. Kohler, Oriel, Little, and Kenny come out of the game for East Brunswick following that substitution. 4:35 to go, third quarter, 50-25. East Brunswick in command. In fact, their average margin of victory is 25 points. That's what it is right now. Another turnover by Hillsborough. That's 17. Lee ahead of the field. Missed the layup. Olszewski the rebound. Put it up, no.
And you talk about their average margin of victory being 25. If they're able to sustain this for the year, they will set a new record. I think the record as this time is 22 points differential. So they're on a pace to break that record.
Jesse Olszewski out of the lineup as Gio Oriel returns. Here's Firestone from long distance. Can't get it to go. I tell you what, margin of victory is one of those statistics that you and I in the media can talk about, but the coaches care absolutely not one iota about.
That's right. That's right. A win is a win.
That's right. Here's Firestone, right wing for Lee, and a steal by Tesseldar. Turnover by East Brunswick is their 14th. Here's Zakowski down low, won't fall.
Tracy.
Stralendorf can't get it, Zakowski can't get it. East Brunswick's going to pick up a foul here.
And Zakowski will go to the line to shoot two.
Carol Lee picks up her second personal. Zakowski at the free throw line for the first time today. She's missed some buckets down low. A senior with not a whole lot of experience. Free throw is good. Making the most of her opportunity. Again, Linda McCarthy did not start the second half, still with the 3 personal fouls. Yamale Ledger, another starter, out with 3 fouls.
You got to wonder what they're saving him for, though, Gordy.
Yeah. Loose ball on the floor, taken away by Hillsborough. This is Conahan out of the wing, now up top for Stralendorf. 3 by Conahan. And Hillsborough tracks down the board. Now a steal by O'Neal. 18 turnovers on Hillsborough.
A little too strong.
And Bears give it right back.
O'Neal looking for Oreo, and a little too much juice on it.
Moriarty for Tesseldar. A 3 by Conahan. No. Rebound Stralendorf. Put it up and in. Score the basket. Call the foul.
Well, Tracy Stralendorf is the type of player, no matter whose team she's on, you got to like her.
Reggie Carney wants a timeout. 3:06 to go, third quarter. East Brunswick 50, Hillsborough 28.
And I tell you, if we can take a look at Jim Reese over here. Jim Reese in his 3rd year for the Raiders, Hillsborough Raiders and whatnot. And as we mentioned before, had coached Manville for many years. 15-8 last year and went to the county finals. He's not feeling sorry for himself, and we've said it an awful lot. He sure would like to have Shoup. It would make a lot of difference. But as we know, Gordy, when you don't have a player due to injury or whatever, the show must go on.
You know, especially in basketball, when you look at taking an all-star out of the lineup in basketball, you're removing 20%.
That's right.
One of your 5 is now out, so 20% is gone. And plus she adds so much more to that lineup.
That's right.
It's almost more than 20%.
She was the leading scorer and leading rebounder for this team, so it's a big part of them. But as I say, they must go on. And Reese said that he can relate. He had a daughter that had an ACL injury and lost the season herself, so he knows how very tough it is for Stephanie Shoup.
A couple of substitutions. Liz Moriarty and Jamie Conahan out of the lineup. Our first looks today at number 14, Jackie McPartland, and number 23, Kelly Lindell. Stralendorf misses the free throw. Here's O'Neal on the wing. East Brunswick basketball leading by 22. And a near steal, but a foul. Foul's going to go against Jackie McPartland. She's a 5'6" senior. Again, not a whole lot of experience, but forced into action today. I wonder if head coach Jim Reese for Hillsborough has just decided that this game is over and there's no use risking injury, and may just want to get Linda McCarthy some rest with the 3 fouls.
It's either that or, like some coaches try to make a point, if you're going to get in foul trouble early and whatnot, you're not going to play. And when they have the opportunity to teach the lesson, they do it. I would hope it's not that, but who knows?
Here's O'Neal with the penetration. Jumper off to the left. Hagan tracked down the rebound. And O'Neal comes away with it. They back it off for Lee. Now Firestone.
I say you can say this much for the Raiders. They have not stopped playing. I mean, they're playing tough as they can in there. They're just outmanned.
And O'Neal took steps before she put it on the floor. That's the 16th turnover on East Brunswick today. 2:14 to go, third quarter. 50-28 remains the score. East Brunswick leading it. Here's Tesseldar running the point. A lot of inexperience on the floor now for Hillsborough. Dump it down low to Zakowski. Turnaround jumper, no. Oriole the rebound. This is Firestone going cross court for Oriole. Puts it on the floor. Past McPartland, lays it up and in.
And Oriole has really found her game today. Always been a fine ball player. Seems to be playing with a lot more ease right now.
Here's Zakowski. Backing off for McPartland. Tesseldar. Free throw line, Zakowski. Knocked out of her hands by Firestone, but regained. Minute and a half to go, third quarter. It's been all East Brunswick for a long time. Strallendorf for Tesseldar. This could be Hillsborough's best strategy. Kind of take the air out of the ball. Here's a steal by Lee. And now a feed for a cutting Oriole.
Mercy.
All alone Oriole with the left hand. It's good.
I'll tell you.
16 points for Gio Oriole. She has been tremendous. What a day.
I'll tell you.
Minute to go here in the third quarter. Hillsborough begging for mercy. Strallendorf, baseline jumper. Boy, that almost went in.
It almost went in, I'll tell you.
How much gas does she have left in her tank?
For real.
Picking up the foul will be Carol Lee. That's her third personal. Substitution. Jill Kenny, Stacy Kohler, Stephanie Little, Jessie Olszewski back in. And out comes Firestone, O'Neal, Hagan, and Oriole.
And take a good look at Jessie Strallendorf at the line. She comes in this game averaging 9 points a game, has played a super game, a lot of heart. She's just a junior, so she will be back for the Raiders. And you got to be Jim Reese clapping his hands on the sidelines. Maybe that's why he's clapping his hands. He knows she'll be back.
With that free throw miss, she is 4 for 11. Now, one part of her game could use a little work. Second free throw is good. Strallendorf now with 17, 9 here in the second half. In the third quarter alone, I should say. Kenny puts it on the floor, working on Tesseldar. Feed out for an Olszewski three. No. Kenny the rebound. Little's 18-footer. No. Olszewski the rebound. Put it up, no. A little magnetic shield over the top of the rim on the offensive boards, but they got 3 good looks.
3 good looks.
Carol Lee is going to pick up another personal foul. That's number 4.
Or is that 5? They're saying that's 5 on her, Gordy.
Yeah, I only had her for 4, but the scoreboard says 5.
Coach, that's your 5th foul. Would you please give him 30 seconds for a sub?
All right, so Carol Lee fouls out. She finishes with 2 points.
Our official's doing a nice job here. Who are these guys, Gordy?
Dan Stubbs out of Brooklyn. Mike Kelber out of Woodbridge.
Okay.
Yeah, moving screen that time called on Hillsborough's Natasha Zakowski. That's her first personal. Here comes East Brunswick the other way. They lead this one 54-29. 19 seconds to go, third quarter. Free throw line, Olszewski. Little inside out. Good perimeter passing by the Bears. Kenny finds Olszewski for the turnaround. Off the glass, no. Little trapped underneath. Back out up top for Olszewski. Feeding in the corner to a cutting Firestone, who can't get it to fall at the end of the third quarter. It is 54-29. East Brunswick leading it, with Gio Oriole leading the charge with 16 points.
And I tell you, Gordy, you would think the game would end right here. It feels like it should end right here, but we have another quarter to go.
Keep waiting for somebody from Hillsborough to come out and wave the white towel. Still got 8 minutes to go. Let's go to the East Brunswick huddle and Reggie Carney.
Quarter two, but let's start out man to man. Good job. Come on, keep it up. Hustle. 1, 2, 3. Hustle. Come on.
All we heard was good job, and I think that speaks for itself.
Hey, there's not much else to say.
Really.
Don't fix it if it ain't broke.
Really.
54-29. East Brunswick cheerleaders finishing up. So East Brunswick will put on the floor Jill Kenny, Jessie Olszewski, Stephanie Little, Susan Firestone, and Stacy Kohler.
And much was made to do about Bev Hall winning her 200th victory this week, and certainly a fine honor. But then you look at Reggie Carney, who has about nearly 460 victories. Tells you something about his coaching ability.
Yeah, a lot of New Jersey girls high school basketball history when East Brunswick meets Piscataway. That may be their only obstacle right now.
That is their big obstacle. Piscataway rated number 2 in the state right now. Again, East Brunswick's only loss are to Red Bank Catholic, rated number 3 in the state, and they got to go through Piscataway no matter what they do.
Well, we're seeing Linda McCarthy back in the lineup for Hillsborough with the 3 personal fouls. We've got a foul on East Brunswick. Stephanie Little's going to pick up the personal. That's her second. Little's had a good game today, too. She's got 10 points.
A very solid game for Stephanie Little.
Hillsborough basketball. Here's Stralendorf. Be interesting to see what happens now with Stralendorf and McCarthy on the floor at the same time for Hillsborough. And I jinx them and they turn the ball over. 19 turnovers for Hillsborough. Here's Olszewski the other way. Down low for Cole. That's a great pass. Kohler couldn't finish it, though, but East Brunswick still has it. Firestone looking for help. Chucks it. Rebound yanked down by Kohler.
Just good hustle by the Bears. Little with a strong move.
Here's McCarthy with the block from behind. Ledger with the jumper. Won't go.
Ledger, I'll tell you. Young lady in the right place at the right time all day today, not able to finish stuff. And it has hurt the Raiders.
Ledger's just a junior. Stephanie Little's out of the game for East Brunswick, along with Jessie Olszewski, as Gio Oriole and Celine Hagan return. Firestone also takes a break in favor of Megan O'Neill. Here's Tesseldar. Backs it off for Poach. 3-pointer by Stralendorf. Well, if she hit that, that would have been hitting for the cycle. She's hit underneath, she's hit free throws, has blocked shots, made steals, just has not hit a 3-pointer. It's about the only thing she hasn't done this afternoon for Hillsborough. Here's Gio Oriole with a great finish the other way.
Mercy.
What a game. 18 points for Oriole.
Super game for Oriole. And Oriole's been under a lot of pressure. We know the story. The loss of her mother, very heavy burden for the team, and something that's going to stay with her for the rest of her life, but feeling a little better this weekend. You can see it in her game.
There's a shot by McCarthy, won't go. Foul's going to go on Hagan. In my book, that's her first personal. At the free throw line will be McCarthy. She is 0 for 1. 6 points all in the first half. First free throw is good by McCarthy. 1 for 2 at the line, her 7th point. Her first point since the first quarter when she came out with about 1:15 to go with her 3rd personal foul. Second free throw also good by McCarthy. She's got 8.
And I tell you, it's apparent 2 things they got to do. They got to find a way to keep McCarthy in the game and find a way to help Ledger finish. Ledger, if she works over the summer on finishing, she can be a tremendous ball player.
Here's O'Neill, cross court for Oriole. It's great ball work, but a traveling violation.
Right.
A little shuffle to feet that time by Hagan.
Anticipation.
She manages a faint smile knowing that she got caught. But I tell you what, that's good ball work. You can get the kids to finish, but helping set it up with the great pass work.
That's right.
This is where a lot of the details lie, and Reggie Carney's club has that working. Nice rebound that time by Kohler. 6 minutes to go in this game, 56-31. East Brunswick by 25. Bounce pass for Kohler. A little inside out with Kenny. Her shot partially blocked. Slapped in bounds and saved by Strallendorf. Ball loose on the floor. A little rugby type scrum and the held ball.
And I'll tell you, you know, Oriole got a floor burn there, but the captain, who's had a fine night, diving in there to try to take control of the ball, leading by example.
Think about floor burns. You don't have to see them. You can hear them. You hear that screech of skin on the hardwood.
Ooh, mercy.
Here's Poach for Hillsborough, spinning on Oriole.
Nice move.
Whistle and a foul on East Brunswick.
I'll tell you, Poach with the Earl Monroe spin there, and you got to like it. The basket didn't go down.
Gio Oriole will pick up the foul. That's her second.
And Jessica Poach, if the name sounds familiar, you might remember her sister, Melissa, who was a 3-year starter for the Raiders, a three-point specialist.
Poach hits the first free throw. She's now got 4 points, all from the line. Second's also good. She's got a nice stroke. 5 out of 6 at the free throw line for Jessica Poach, 5'9" junior. She's got 5 points with 5.5 to go in the game. Her club trails it by 23. Megan O'Neill trapped. Stepped over the midcourt line, but they didn't call it. And Oriole shuffled the feet. Turnover by East Brunswick. That's number 17. But really insignificant now. 5:20 to go. 56-33. They've got this one wrapped up. This is Poach backing it off for Tesseldar. Entry pass nearly stolen by Kenny, but Hillsborough regains. Lob it in for Ledger. Shot won't go. Whistle and a foul.
And Ledger will go to the line. Once again, did not finish, but clearly has all the potential in the world.
Celine Hagan picks up the personal foul, her second. Jill Kenny's out of the game. Sue Firestone's back in. Gio Oriole will exit as well. Jesse Olszewski returns.
And Ledger not a big scorer anyway, only averaging 4.5 points a game, but averaging nearly 7 rebounds a game, coming off a 10-rebound effort against Hunterdon Central.
Her first trip to the free throw line. And she goes 1 for 2 that trip, her first points of the afternoon. 5 minutes to go. 56-34, East Brunswick leads it. And now a steal by Strallendorf on the 18th turnover by East Brunswick. And a held ball. East Brunswick will get it back. Megan O'Neill will trigger the inbound. 4:54 to play. Now a near steal by Poach. She knocked it away from O'Neill. Nearly stripped again. Look at O'Neill shake off the traffic and finally draws the foul. That's great composure by Megan O'Neill.
You're right, if the foul didn't come, they perhaps would have called possession ball. It's no jump ball.
Tracy Strallendorf picks up her 4th personal foul. Now a turnover by Firestone, and Reggie Carney's not happy in the waning moments here. He wants to talk things over. 4:37 left to go. 56-34. East Brunswick leads Hillsborough. Let's go to the East Brunswick huddle and their head coach, Reggie Carney.
What can't we figure out? The point guard's there. The center's there. The 4 is here. The 3 is there. The 2 is there, or however we are numbered right now. We don't go throwing balls against a 1-2-2 to there. That's not humanly possible unless you want to turn it over the rest of the game. Go to here. She breaks, she cuts, she flashes. Go to here. She hits, she reverses. Go to here, go to here. She cuts, she flashes, she goes to the basket. That's all that we have to do against this 1-2-2 half-court trap. We've done it all game. Why are we dreaming up something that's ugly right now? Bears, 1, 2, 3, Bears.
The perfectionist, Reggie Carney.
Well, when you hear 460 victories, you get to see the reason why. While I'm sitting up here thinking about a sandwich, he's still coaching.
4:37 left to go in the game. 56-34, East Brunswick in command. You'd think they'd be down 22 after that lecture.
Really?
Strallendorf with the jumper. It's a little short. The rebound by Ledger. Finally has a field goal. She's got 3 points.
Finally finishes.
All right, let's see what they do against the 1-2-2. Did they do what he told them? Bring in the corner. Traveling violation. And Reggie's beside himself.
I'll tell you.
It just explained the very thing during the timeout.
Exactly.
A little bit sloppy late in the game for East Brunswick, according to Reggie's standards. The lead is 20 for East Brunswick. Getting a little lesson here, though. Shot by Ledger won't go. Here's McCarthy. Her shot's partially blocked. Good defense by Kohler. Loose ball tracked down by Ledger. Back it off for Tesseldar. Here's Poach driving. Shot no. Rebound slapped around. And a whistle and a foul as Celine Hagan took a forehand or a forearm to the forehead.
Really?
Let's see who they whistle. They give it to McCarthy. That will be her fourth. So McCarthy with 4, Strallendorf with 4, Conahan with 3, Ledger with 3 for Hillsborough. Towing the line, if you will, with foul trouble. It's all over but the shouting here anyway.
That's for sure.
Hagan at the free throw line, where she is a perfect, almost perfect 5 out of 6. She misses the free throw, and held ball belongs to Hillsborough. Tesseldar, the inbound for Strallendorf. Strallendorf's had about 3 nights work here today. Here's Poach now out on the wing, dumping it down low to McCarthy. Turnaround against 2 players, shot too strong. Loose ball tracked down by Hagan.
Down to Kohler. Kohler puts it up, and it goes in.
Nice job by Stacy Kohler. She's got 6. Hillsborough the other way. 3 minutes to go. 58-36.
Ooh. A three-pointer, and I believe that's by Tesseldar. Let me work with it.
Here's Firestone for East Brunswick. Knocked out of her hands at the free throw line. Ball loose on the floor and a held ball. This one belongs to Hillsborough, or East Brunswick rather. A couple of substitutions. Morgan Baylog will come in for East Brunswick, wearing number 33. She's a sophomore guard. Also in number 15, Vicky Fisher, 5'10" sophomore forward. 2:35 to go. East Brunswick in command, 58-39. Here's Olszewski. Bounce pass for Kohler, but a traveling violation. Turnover number 21 by East Brunswick. In the game for Hillsborough, one of their sophomore players as well.
No number on that, Gordy.
Player off the JV squad, getting some mop-up time here. 2.5 to go. Here's Poach driving. And a kick ball. Hillsborough will get it back. 2:17 to play. 58-39. East Brunswick looking to improve to 14-2 on the season. Hillsborough in danger of falling down to 7-6. Here's the 3 by Tesseldar. It won't go. Rebound Strallendorf. Nope. And a foul. 2:08 to play.
And Firestone on the back.
Firestone gets the second personal foul. Team foul number 9 on East Brunswick. At the free throw line will be Jessica Poach. She's got 5 points today. All 5 at the free throw line. She's 5 out of 6. Pretty good sharpshooter. You'll like the stroke. And it's true.
A pretty good athlete. Jessica Poach is also a member of the championship tennis team for Hillsborough. So a talented young lady.
Second free throw by Poach, no good. And a traveling violation. Tough break there for Stacy Kohler. She got run into by Strallendorf, and they called her on the travel.
They bumped knees, and that's got to smart.
2 minutes, 4 seconds to go. 58-40, East Brunswick by 18. They've led by as many as 25. Here's Poach driving. Layup won't fall. East Brunswick gets it back. I know that Hillsborough had a lot of plans for this year with their sophomore Stephanie Shoup leading the way. She went out with the ankle injury, and it's been a struggle ever since. We've got some talented seniors, but have just not been able to manage to pick up the slack left by Stephanie Shoup.
That's for sure.
Zareen Tesladar will pick up the foul. That's her third for Hillsborough.
And Vicky Fisher will go to the line to shoot 2. And Vicky, just a sophomore, 5'10" soft. Vicky had 7 points versus Cerevel in their last outing, so she knows how to put that ball down.
Vicky can't get the free throw to fall. She misses 0 for 2. Here's Hillsborough with 1:40 to play. Fisher with some good defense. Firestone picks up Tesladar. Now for Poach. Poach's jumper's good.
I'll tell you.
That's the first field goal of the day by Jessica Poach. She's got 8. Back the other way before the shot. Foul on Stralendorf. That's number 5.
And I'll tell you, you look at the Raiders, they're at their average. They average 42 points per game, and they're at 42 right now. Their problem is that they allow 40 points a game, and the Bears have 58.
Actually, it wasn't on Stralendorf. It was Zareen Tesladar. That is her 4th. So 3 players now with 4 for Hillsborough. We get another substitution. This is Melissa Eulis, 5'8" junior. She comes in for Stacy Kohler. Kohler leaves the game with 6 points.
And Kohler's played a fine game. Been tough on the boards as usual.
Yeah, her real contribution was from the rebounding perspective.
And Eulis makes the first one.
Actually, this is Morgan Baylog at the free throw line.
I'm sorry.
So her first free throw is good. She'll shoot another. And Morgan hits the second. She comes in and adds 2 off the bench. Also coming in now is Kelly Suchawiki.
This is about as deep in the bench as we've seen Reggie go. A lot of JV players coming in right now.
Here's Hillsborough. And now a steal promptly by Suchawiki. Ahead of the field, lays it up and in.
She puts it down.
They all know the system, don't they, Phil?
That's amazing.
Here's Poach the other way.
And
Shot partially blocked, but a foul on Fisher. Foul's going to go on Fisher, her first personal.
And I mentioned that the Raiders were at their average, and the Bears are just 4 points shy. They average 66 points a game, and they are at 62 right now.
Free throw is good by Poach. She has spent a lot of time at the free throw line today.
I actually got her for 10 free throws, Gordy.
You have her 10, I missed one. Second one is also good. She now has 10 points. She is 8 of 11 at the free throw line. Is Suchawiki with the basketball for Fisher, driving baseline against the double team. Shot won't fall. Rebound put back up and in by Melissa Eulis. .30 seconds left to go. This is Poach for Hillsborough. You can see that Hillsborough doesn't even have the numbers to take some of the starters out. He's just got to go with his regulars.
It's tough.
It's just not there for him. Jackie McPartland's pass intended for Kelly Lindell gets knocked out of bounds. 20 seconds to go. Lindell with the inbound, knocked out of bounds by an aggressive Kelly Suchawiki. Now Poach with it. 15 seconds to go. Puts it on the floor, steps to the double team, and a whistle and a foul. Poach will go to the free throw line again. And getting to foul will be Susan Firestone, her 3rd personal. Poach at the free throw line, as we mentioned before, 8 out of 11. She's got 10 points.
And
She's got a terrific stroke, doesn't she?
Real nice touch, I tell you.
Now 9 for 12 after that basket. She's got 11 points. Second free throw good. 10 out of 13. That's a lot of work on the driveway, isn't it?
That's a lot of work.
Here's a steal by McCarthy. Poach will bring it up the floor with 3 seconds to go. Over the midcourt line. Shot at the buzzer will not go. And that's the ball game. East Brunswick girls win it by the score of 64-46. Their record improves to 14-2 on the season, and they knock Hillsborough down to 7-6. And now Hillsborough really in a fight for its life to qualify for the state tournament. Let's take a look at some of the final scoring. Hillsborough was led by Tracy Strahlandorf, who went 5 for 12 at the free throw line and had 17 points to lead her club. After that, Jessica Poach had 11. Linda McCarthy had 8, and after that it was kind of slim. Serene Telsadar finished with 3. Yamale Ledger finished with 3. Liz Moriarty finished with 2, and Natasha Zakowski had 1 for Hillsborough. East Brunswick was led by Gio Oriel. She did all today, and one of her back-breaking plays, I guess, 3 or 4 times, beat the Hillsborough defense down the floor to finish off a break. She finishes with 18 points. After that, Stephanie Little had 10. With 7 points, it was Jessie Olszewski. Also with 7, Jill Kenny. Stacy Kohler had 6. Celine Hagan had 5. Megan O'Neill had 3. Carol Lee had 2. Morgan Baylog with 2. Kelly Sukowicki with 2. And Melissa Eulis with 2 for East Brunswick's total of 64. Final score, once again, 64-46. Your final thoughts?
Just a fine game for the Bears, a typical Reggie Carney game. They have South Plainfield on Monday, which should be another test for them. But if you're Reggie Carney, you just want to stay sharp, and what you're pushing for is February 17th when you have these Piscataway Chiefs here in the Bear Gymnasium. But again, just an all-around solid victory for the Bears.
And that'll do it for this afternoon's event. Thanks for being here. Final score once again, East Brunswick defeats Hillsborough 64-46. For Phil Hill, I'm Gordon Deal. Thanks for watching.